on for our first match of the series. And I gotta tell you, K Wing, I'm really intrigued to see if this Junker Queen meta comp that has been working so well for Pristine Guardians will continue onward. Looking at Persona's roster, they've got quite a lot of flexibility when it comes to that tank line. Junker Queen, Sigma, Ramatra. We haven't seen any Ramatra yet, which has kind of been a little surprising. So I am excited to see what they bring out as we head into Busan.
Yeah, and I mean, you have Exofan on the side of Persona on the tank bringing out the Junker Queen. They're going to be going up against Monkey Happy. That's my big matchup that I'm excited to watch, is to see if someone can come at Monkey Happy and really take them to task. Foreshadow on the Sojourn, looking for those charge up right clicks, looking to find a crucial headshot, but almost overstaying their welcome, trying to beat out this rotation from Pristine Guardians, trying to find that pick on this rotation would be a huge start, but they cannot find it. They have this charged up right click, but can they find the shot? It's going to go all the way off to the side. And now Persona is pushing onto their own point. Sledge is going to find the first pick with a headshot onto Jordan. And Persona will fall down. What a good dash from the Genji. And the Pristine Guardians setting themselves apart.
Yeah, I mean, Sledge has just been an absolute menace on this Genji thus far. And again, the only difference that we're seeing between these two compositions, as we've seen all night, is Mellow on this Soldier, and now Foreshadow taking the reins of Sojourn for Persona. So with that opening pick and that opening control of the objective, we'll have to see if Persona can indeed turn this tide.
This is aggressive here from Exofan. Really already taking down Snotty Finger on the side of Pristine Guardian, taking out the Baptiste. But Kiriko gone for Persona. They lose their support out from under them, and the Lucio as well. Even losing their Baptiste, Pristine Guardians is keeping it in control. It's a 3v3 on the point. Both Genji's gone, but there's only one support on the field, and it is a Soleus on the Lucio for Pristine, and that'll set them apart.
Gracie getting a workout right there by Monkey Happy. Now has the Rampage on the line. Or actually matching up now is the Dragon Blade as well, coming out from available for Sledge. So with those ultimates, a full 5-stack online, Persona is going to have to be very careful about how they push this one.
But they're coming up onto ults of their own as well, but they already lose their Baptiste. The Blade is coming into the back, but they won't even need to bring out any more ults. What reflect from Sledge? I mean, Pristine Guardian. We were hyping this up as a match of the ages, as the number 1 and the number 2 seed, but Persona has just seemed to be falling to pieces.
Well, I mean, it's interesting, right, to see kind of how things have been shaking out here as the tactical visor comes out, popping off through the amplification matrix. If anyone touches, it would be an absolute miracle, as you see Exofan attempting to touch the objective, not working out so well in their favor. But you know what could be working out in the chat's favor, K-Wing, is if they ended up typing !ticket in the chat so that they could enter to win an LED mousepad with one of the custom combination Street Fighter Overwatch characters that are that have been designed for this particular event. Get you your Tracer for the DPS, the Sigma for those tanks, and the Kiriko for those support players. Your choice if you win, but you got to put !ticket in the chat, and we'll be drawing that at the end of this match.
Yeah, it's a really exciting giveaway, but a really exciting first round for the Pristine Guardians. Really showing off. I mean, if they take this against Persona in such a decisive way, they will set themselves apart as the team to beat for the rest of these groups. They will be a scary one to come across in the bracket stages, but they've lost their Junker Queen already to this Zarya composition, as Persona is not one to give up without a fight, and they are going to run rampant right through the side of the Guardians and ease first point cap.
I mean, what did I say in the previous matches, K-Wing? If you're going to play that Zarya, you got to be aggressive. And that's exactly what Exofan did. Waited till they got up to 80% and just pushed right on in like a hot knife through butter. Just absolutely deleting all of the Pristine Guardians had to show. Monkey Happy swapping over to the Winston now. Let's see if Monkey do go ham.
Oh, but they lose their Kiriko. Not even a chance to go ham. Their support gone. It's a complete role reversal, but the headshots from the Sojourn are saving Persona. Foreshadow really coming into their own on this.
That is true. We do see Sledge just absolutely attacking. It's coming down to Stoddy Finger was just absolutely feeding into Sledge as they dove straight on in, finding the triple. They push it all the way to the spawn doors and clean it right on up and allow Pristine Guardians to surpass Persona.
I don't believe it, Jack. I mean, that was a done, dusted fight for Persona. They had all the advantage there. It sure should have been. But the recontest, and now the blade from Sledge is just going to get... Oh, my God. Oh, the Junker Queen just comes in and says, Carnage beats Katana any day of the week. Insane from this Junker Queen, and still going. The kills from the overclock, staying the course for Persona.
Yeah, Carnage definitely had some other plans with that Dragon Blade for sure. Num eat 'em up, charging up that ultimate. As we see Persona retaking control of the objective, 30% to climb to try to meet their counterparts as Mellow with this pulse bomb. See if they can match up against Cosmic's Blade.
Yeah, they're trying here, and an immediate jump in. Sledge goes down. There's the Coalescence coming in from Jordan, and it's doing a little bit of healing. Not going to find any kicks directly off of it. Pulse bomb from Melon. Going to find any kicks. A great evasion coming out from the side of Persona. The beat comes out to keep them alive. They're trying their best here. Both support elves out from Pristine. They get the pick onto the Moira. That's a huge support on that side. Sledge just gets hammered by the Rampage with the cleanses there. Sledge nearly goes off the edge, but it's kicks going both ways. It's going to be a scrappy fight on the point to decide who takes this round, but it's really solid coming out from Cosmic on the Genji. Persona takes it solidly. They aren't jokers at all.
Nope, and with Monkey Happy being immediately deleted, Sledge is going to come in here and touch on the Sombra, but honestly, it's too little, too late for this one. We're going to be heading to downtown K-Wing. We thought that Pristine Guardians were just going to take this dead, done, and dusted, but Persona said, we didn't just go 2-0 to just be smacked down like that. We were just letting you get a little warmed up as we just sit back and see what you brought to the table.
And it seems solid now for the side of Persona. I mean, they have all the momentum as both of these teams have gone very dominant on their chosen map. So I think now that we're going into one where Persona are going to have to play this Junker Queen a little more, we might see some struggles come out from them, because the last time we saw them try to mirror the Junker Queen, that was round one, and we all remember how that went, don't we, Jack? That was 100-0 for Pristine Guardian, so we'll have to see if the Ash of Foreshadow can turn the tides and be that pick. What a great follow-up from Cosmic on the headshot from the Ash of Foreshadow. Already starting to make the difference, even if it's not appearing in the kill feed. Snotty Finger barely staying alive, but the Pristine Guardians will not take this first point. It will be Persona. first.
What is that sensitivity on Cosmic? Holy goodness. Just snap, 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 back and forth, 180s, looking in all directions. Man, I wish I could play any game with that high of a sensitivity. As we go ahead and see Pristine Guardians looking to see if they can get that first opportunity, but Sledge is already down.
What a pick from Cosmic, just really coming into their own, really doing great at following. I'm gonna get a second as well, and now the follow-up looking to come through for Shona, really taking it to the side of the Pristine Guardians.
Yeah, and I'm not even truly for certain of what exactly they're doing differently here. I mean, Foreshadow having this distance damage is nothing different than what we saw during Sanctuary when it came to the Soldier of Mellow. So maybe Mellow needs to swap back over and see if that damage over distance might help them close the gap.
I think Incinerator is going to come out, but it's Carnage that comes out, and the support's gone. Persona have just, I feel like it's just their anime theme is playing. They've torn off the mask and revealed that they're actually good at Junker Queen.
Yeah, like I said, just a little bit of warm-up, you know, from their previous match, really having to kick it up a notch, it seems, against Pristine Guardians, and now the Guardians are on the back foot. They have no idea what to do at this point. They
are, and they're just struggling now. They're on the complete reverse side. They're going to use the beat aggressively against the Bob from Foreshadow, trying to stay alive. The Lucio will be the first to fall, but the Bob's going to find the pick on his naughty finger. That's a huge loss for the Guardians. Jordan is still alive, and Cosmic's got the blade. Picks up 2, picks up the map win for Persona, and the Pristine Guardians get smacked in the jaw.
Yeah, I mean, that was... everything was popping off Pristine Guardians in that final fight, but they just went a little too deep, a little too fast. And I understand why. The goal was to try to take down the Ashe as quickly as possible. But unfortunately, you make that large investment. There are 4 other members of the team, and they're going to be chasing after you just as well as they're not just going to let you do that. That's not typically what a team does. I mean, depends on how hard the other team's trolling, I suppose. But nevertheless, can't say that I'm surprised at where we're going next, which is King's Row, of course. Pristine Guardians so far had a pretty strong showing on this particular map. Let's see how Persona plays it out. I mean, do we continue to see like this Junker Queen rush that we've been kind of seeing? Which again, not really in the meta right now. So I'm not even for certain where this is coming from or how this is working well. But really want to see how these two teams play off one another as we go to the most well-known map by any Overwatch player ever.
Yeah, and I think what's so important here is that what we've seen from this Junker Queen rush is that it was very, very good with distance. When you had the soldier come out from our wonderful Pristine Guardians, they took that first round 100-0, sweeped it. When the Ashe came out from Persona, 100-0 sweep. So I think you would more typically see the soldier come out on King's Row, but you could see the Ashe as well. So I'm interested to see if those two strats are going to collide, and if the soldier and the Ashe face off, who's going to come out on top? Because when we saw that battle happen, that was round 1. That was the soldier versus the Ashe. That was Mellow on the soldier and Foreshadow on the Sojourn. So maybe that Ashe was the piece that made it all come together. But if it is, Persona's going to have to go against the soldier of Mellow, and we've seen just how deadly they can be.
And I think the thing that really helps out with Mellow's soldier versus Foreshadow's Ashe is just that extra little bit of healing that you receive, right? Being able to back off for just a second, especially with such a rush style composition, just to get a little bit additional healing before you push in aggressively again. I mean, it just makes sense to be able to open things up that way. We are going to see Snotty Finger still on, or actually going over to the but Baptiste, as well as Jordan on the Baptiste. No Kiriko's this time around, so it's going to be all up to Akiro and Asulius to see if they can hold the team together.
That it will, but what a huge pick, and now the rest of the Guardians are just trapped in no man's land. They're caught away. Someone needs to go save Private Ryan, but no one will, and they're just gonna get staggered out.
More like saving Private Monkey Happy right there. Goodness gracious. That immediate pick onto Snotty Finger just shut down the push in their tracks. Beautiful rotation coming out from Persona. And with Foreshadow already 2/3 of the way to their ultimate, I mean, there's not much more to say here. Pristine Guardians got to find another way to rotate.
That they do. Foreshadow has shown that they are too good at this. Ooh, that was an aggressive jump in from Sledge, and Jordan was there to punish it, and so was Foreshadow. Now Foreshadow just on the high ground. Goodbye, Snotty Finger. And Persona is raining down the death, and it is not looking good. It looks like Pristine Guardians did not bring their umbrella to work today.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we see some. Well, we're seeing some swaps over, but not the one that I was kind of expecting. I thought we were going to see Sledge swapping over to the Sombra, because anytime they needed to get into the back line, that was really what they've been using in the previous couple maps. But going for this Winston dive now, as we see Mello swapping over to the Pristine.
The blade from Cosmic is going to find Monkey Happy.
Oh,
and
rude! Rude!
The disrespect. The disrespect from Persona here. You can't.
Snotty was like, headshot. Cosmic says, Uno reverse card. Just immediately shuts that down quick. Thought that was going to be an easy stagger pick right there. But with 1:30 on the clock, Pristine Guardians, I feel like they're running out of steam. They got to find that second win.
They do. And with all the ults coming up, Jordan already takes out Monkey Happy. It's immediate. It's just, there's no hesitation. They're just immediately rushing in. They're on the side staircase. But this is devastation for Pristine Guardians. They're just running into a brick wall over and over again. They're bashing their heads.
Yeah, and I mean, I truly can't say what it is that they need to do. Maybe I could recommend maybe rotating with a stronger defensive or a stronger attacking line. You know, bring out the Orisa or even the Reinhardt to be able to at least absorb some of that damage and really create that difference. But as the Graviton comes out, the pick's still coming in despite no one hanging out.
The beat comes out too late. Monkey Happy takes out that. Cosmic takes out Sledge. It's just all over the beat. Just got nothing. The pulse bomb, the blade, everything, all scattered by the wayside. And Pristine Guardians, this is not the team we saw earlier tonight. I mean, this is a team that we saw punch the defending champions of this tournament in the mouth, and they seem feckless and unable to push through point A of King's Row. Cosmic has the blade. There's no defensive ults. They're just gonna cleave through. Lucy was barely able to stay alive. Will get taken down afterwards. I mean, they have the Primal Rage and the Kitsune Rush. This is their best chance. But there goes their Kiriko. And their Genji's low. They're gonna be gone in just a moment. They do get healed up. There is a chance here. Monkey Happy having to jump in the air. Just an easy target for the Ash. And full health on point A of King's Row. There is no way that this could have gone worse for Pristine Guardians.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're seeing what we typically see in tournaments like this, K-Wing, is that, you know, it's easy to be strong up front. But we have to remember that tournaments like these are marathons. They are not sprints. So
Mhm.
if you blow all your energy at the very beginning, even if you get a couple of wins, that's not going to look good for you when you get to the end of the night and you got to face off against, not this week, thankfully, but eventually will be the grand finalists to take away that main prize. So this will be kind of I feel like this will be a little bit of a wake up call to Pristine Guardian saying, hey, maybe we need to practice kind of, you know, holding our energies to a certain extent to make sure that we are not, exerting ourselves as much as possible in the first two rounds. Do just enough to get by, and then when we absolutely need it, then we pull out the big guns. Looking in the chat right now, I see Thea Kaori asking if this decides who moves on to next week. No, actually, both of these teams are moving on to the playoffs. This is just to determine seeding and pride. And right now, Persona is coming out ready and raring to swing with a Junker Queen of their own.
Yeah, and for Pristine Guardians, there's so much you have to do to try and stay alive here. You have to get the draw just to move on to Flashpoint, just to get the win, just to move on to a potential map 4. And already Persona's taken such a controlling presence on the point. You get the pick onto Foreshadow, but you lose your Lucio, you lose your sense of mobility, and Cosmic is running rampant in your backline and is looking for your DPS next. What will they do next? You got the Junker Queen coming in, gonna take down Monkey. Happy Jordan getting the final blow, in Persona just absolutely ran wild. Completely humiliation for Pristine Guardians, and Persona looking dominant. This should have been the crowning moment for Pristine Guardians, a team that took out the reigning champions, that came in, did so incredibly well, and it is quite the wake-up call. Quite the wake-up call to go from on top of the world to be 2-0, going in, guaranteed a spot in playoffs, to being utterly pantsed by Persona.
Yeah.
2-0 and dominant, to say the least.
And, both of these teams have been playing kind of in parallel all night. It was 2-1 for their first matches of the evening, 2-0 to follow up that. So, the expectation was that it'd be a little balanced and we'd really be seeing the head-to-head here. But like I said, maybe Pristine Guardians running out of steam. Maybe it's just that they don't care that they've already locked in their spot. Why do they need to try harder than they need to, right? So whichever way it is, though, Pristine Guardians will take second seed. Persona with a clean 3-0 will take first seed for Group Alpha, and we are going to be getting an interview with one of the amazing members of Team Persona. But before we head to break, want to remind you that we are doing a giveaway every night of this tournament. Be sure to be typing in !ticket, TICKET, in the chat to have a chance to win one of the amazing LED mouse pads provided by the Goats Revived store. If you've seen them on the store, they look incredibly fantastic. Be sure to check out all their amazing merch there. But make sure to get that in, because after the interview, or once the interview starts, we're closing it, and then we're going to be picking our winner to announce after the interview. So we're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back with the Atlas Fighters Showdown in just a few moments.